Welcome to our virtual curriculum night. My name is Siobhan Jacobson. My email and cell phone number are listed on the screen, and I'm hoping that following this presentation, if you have any questions, that you will contact me. I'm also hoping that we will be able to meet face-to-face in the future and that you'll have an opportunity to come and visit our classroom. Welcome to First Hour Comp and Lit. This class is a group of 8th graders, and one of the great benefits is that this is, for many of them, this will be a second or third year that we've learned alongside of each other. It's really great to see coming back that the gains that the students they've maintained over the summer, and we'll be continuing to build on those gains. We're going to be exploring some of these materials and how we're going to integrate those into our curriculum. I have 2 learning targets for you as viewers. First, I'm hoping by the end of this presentation that you will be able to share 3 or 4 facts about me, my beliefs, and my passions. And second, that you will be able to identify the goals of our class and be aware of the tools available to support your students' growth. Just a little bit of background information about myself. This is my 23rd year in teaching. I stayed home for 15 years to raise now 4 young men. My oldest, Sean, is a teacher at Van Hoosen. He teaches math and language arts. My second oldest son, Nate, is a project scientist in Ann Arbor. My third oldest son, Spencer, is married to Emily, and they live in San Diego. Spencer sells golf shafts for True Temper, and Emily works in HR in a large hospital community. My youngest son, Sam, just started his graduate work at Wayne State University, and he is training to be an occupational therapist. My husband, Rick, and I will be married 35 years next month, and Rick works for Verint. He's working out of the home right now, which he really enjoys. My education, I graduated from Hope College and received my degree to support students with learning differences. I earned my master's at Oakland University in reading, and this past summer completed my ed specialist through Arkansas State University, also in the area of reading. I'm also a proud graduate of Adams High School and have had the opportunity throughout my career to learn and grow along some great educators. In a few years ago, I was recognized as Oakland County Middle School Teacher of the Year and by the International Literacy Association for my ability to transfer research into practice. If there's one thing my students will probably share, it's that I love books. I have a goal of reading 100 books a year, and you'll see that when you walk in the room. I enjoy finding books to match for diverse student interest and needs. What is Comp and Lit? So our Comp and Lit curriculum is an integrated approach to teaching reading and writing. We're going to be exploring all areas of literacy and how they build on each other. If you have an opportunity later on this screen, which will be posted on my Google Classroom, there's a virtual tour of our library so you can get a real look. And I'll be touching base on each of these resources on the screen in greater detail, but one that I would like to highlight is our author in April, Varian Johnson. We're really excited, and I will be acting as his liaison this year when he comes to visit in April. In more detail, what is Comp and Lit 3? So our integrated reading and writing activities are built to strengthen students' literacy skills. Writers will build skills, stamina, and proficiency as writers in response to text, and building readers' interest and stamina in reading is another essential element of this class. As a community of readers and writers, learners will build their skills that will transfer across all content areas. We're going to be using a program curriculum called Step Up to Writing, which I've used over the past 2 or more decades, and it's a very structured approach to support students that find challenges with writing. And we have explicit instruction on those skills. And it just is really great to help students be more comfortable with the writing process. We'll be engaging in quick writes at both the sentence and paragraph level. And these are in-class opportunities to build stamina and fluency as writers. We'll be doing an independent reading opportunities for students. Many of your readers have selected a novel and we'll be reading and using the novel as text to support our mini lessons. We'll have scaffolds also with technology for students that might want to select a book that's a little bit above their independent level. And so I'm a real strong component of integrating technology to support our learning and growth. We will be doing Grammar Guru lessons where I'll be using mentor text and opportunities to model those on different elements of grammar. And those will be giving us more practice looking at text and then hopefully transferring those skills into our writing. We're going to be building our word power through explicit vocabulary instruction. So we utilize a multimodal approach with lots of practice opportunities to encode the new words and also to retrieve them in our reading and writing. We're also going to be structuring the activities to look at context clues and also the morphology and the forms of our words that we learn and use. A big component of the class is our notice and note signpost at both the narrative and informational text level. Your students might have mentioned we're doing a read aloud. Marcus Makes a Movie, and we're really enjoying it, and we're using it as an opportunity to refresh our memory of our notice and note signpost in fiction and also help us draw inferences and notice how the author is putting clues in the story to help us understand the characters, conflict, and theme. We're going to be exploring several texts together as whole class novel studies. Our first study will be Crossover by Kwame Alexander. And we'll be reading also the Author in April book, The Parker's Inheritance, along with informational text. We'll be using a digital writing platform, Writeabout, to help us publish our work and share with authentic audiences. We have some tools that I wanted you to be aware of that will help support your reader and writer. Grammarly is a biggie. I use it. Recommend anybody add it onto their Chrome extension. It's a great support tool for spelling, grammar, conventions, and it integrates into most of the Google platforms. We'll also be utilizing ReadWrite, which also is a Google extension, and it embeds into whatever's on the screen and reads the text aloud. It can be a website, a PDF, audio, a book in online format. We're going to continue to share great books. One of the ways we do that is through our What's Next book trailers, in which we keep building. Anytime I read a book that has a great trailer, we add that in there. And students will also be sharing their own books through different activities such as Flipgrid or 30-minute book commercials. Your student last year or the year before used Quizlet. It's a great resource online. There are some virtual flashcards, some opportunities to play games, and to quiz yourself. So we strongly encourage students to prepare for any vocabulary retrieval practices using Quizlet. And so that's a resource that your child can either have on a phone or a computer. So hopefully you'll be able to check that out with them. And we'll also have, your student will have access to Bookshare, over 80,000 books available, the audio support to go along with the text. This year we'll continue to use our Google Classroom format. Assignments are posted, grades are reflected on the platform. Any resources your student needs are there and means to communicate. So please have your student check their Comp and Lit. If they have any questions, they can also communicate directly with me through that format. You'll also see in my Google Classroom a link to my website. And on the website, I wanted you to be aware there are some other parent resources and information that you might want to investigate. Thank you for taking the time to view our virtual curriculum night. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Thank you.